Cyberpunk on the base PS4 is a totally different experience than on PC or even on PS5. It's the same game in content, but not in the way the content works. On PC, the game is good. It has a ton of bugs and glitches that take you out of the immersion, and the broken promises from CD Projekt Red just disappoint. But here, on the base PS4, it's much worse than that. The disappointment is expanding. On PC the game runs fine and looks good, but on PS4 you get the same problems as on PC, plus more. The performance issues are so severe, I wonder why they even released the game on PS4. I know that it was planned for the PS4, but look at this. The PS4 can't handle the game. It drops frames so much that in some parts the game turns into a slideshow. The only place the game runs well is in the desert, because there isn't much stuff to load. In my opinion, CD Projekt should have ditched the PS4 version, saying in an announcement something like, "We are sorry for having to pull the plug on the PS4 version. After so many tries to optimize the game, we just couldn't bring it to an acceptable performance level. Cyberpunk is a next-gen game, and the current generation of consoles can't run the game well." I'm sure people would have understood. But instead, they forbade reviewers to show footages of the gameplay on PS4 or, well, for the gameplay in general. And we never saw anyone testing the game on PS4. But seeing the result makes me think that CD Projekt didn't even have game testers there. I mean, I can't imagine anyone there testing this mess and saying, "Yep, the game is ready to be shipped." What happened to the "we want to prepare and test 9 versions of it"? Did they even test the game? And if they did, how could they release such a mess? Not only that the frame rate is subpar, but Night City is a ghost town. Characters need time to render, the whole city needs time to render, and that is extremely frustrating when driving, because you crash into stuff that you can't see because it wasn't rendered yet. Stuff disappears from the map, and this without mentioning the bugs and glitches from the PC version. They tried to fix the game with updates, but they didn't solve anything. Their solution was to lower the resolution, lower the draw distance, and lower the NPC number. But the game is still too much to handle for the PS4, and after all these results, the game feels worse. The frame rate is just playable, not enjoyable, just playable. And this is not acceptable after paying $60 for the game. At this price point, the game should work fine. You can't expect the game to look like on PC. But an okay frame rate is something that should be common sense. The only way I see CD Projekt Red fixing Cyberpunk on PS4 is if they remake the game from ground up. Meaning a new engine custom tailored for the PS4, new textures that are lower in resolution, but that won't be happening. Because the game is a ripoff. You can say about the game that is playable, but problem is, it's just playable. They took out all of the enjoyment out of it. Sure, you can pass missions when the game doesn't crash, but at what cost? My advice is to never play Cyberpunk on a PS4. Instead of risking to fry your console because the game is too much to handle for this system, wait until you have a PS5 or a capable PC, and then play the game. Don't do this to yourself, don't play Cyberpunk on a base PS4.